Hi, good morning. June 25th, 2025. We're here at the site where our new construction, our tiny house, I guess you can call it, is here in the Philippines. And walk over here and get a little video. This is the road, so it's kind of busy. The scooters go by, people walking and things like that. Talk to Loloy. ¿Cómo está, Loy? Welcome back. Our idea was to put this little house back on this lot here. I guess this was considered to be 3 lots. I guess 3,300 square meters, third of a hectare, if you will. So it's a long lot. I don't know the actual sizes, but Mahone, our corner marker, is over by that tree you see there, and it's across the road. It's just beyond that road there. The driveway is going to be right there on that side, on the high side of the property. Actually build a big fence or anything like that, but we might build a fence wall, if you will, in front of this property, just to kind of deter people. Walls and locks and all that stuff that deters the honest guy from becoming a hardened criminal. And plus we'll have CCTV and things like that, so we'll actually see who's around the property and stuff. And Loloy Batayo, who is Joy's cousin, is up here from Mindanao, and he's going to be living on the site. This week's progress, like I said, last week's progress rather, I think they got all the hollow blocks except a little bit right there between the garage. Most of the beams poured. I guess they'll finish that top rim beam there. We had all the metal delivered, or at least had it ordered for the rafters, and they'll probably start that early July. So first couple of weeks in July, we should a roof on the house, and after that it allows them to really start working inside and doing some finishing inside. Again, myself and Joy want our we like the garage finished being that it has a door on the front, a concrete slab in it, and a door there in the back so that we can secure the car and the motorcycle. Make it look a little bit more like a house once they get a roof on it. So again, this is a small house. It's kind of an experience we wanted to have before we started, really investing something, because we have a hectare, just over 5 acres in the mountain from here. This will be a good place for us to start, and so we have a launch pad for our travels. One thing for sure that we talked about and we've heard a lot of people say, is travel early. As you have been tracking, we just got back from Mindanao. We did a little 5-day trip down there, and Joy and I have plans to go to Coron and maybe go back to Luzon for some trips. Top areas of Luzon, Vigan. Vigan's one of the places that I wanted to visit while I was there.
Some of this will be muted out.
Yep, here's the garage. Loloy has his Duyan, the hammock. Joy bought him a hammock, and he's got that hanging in here so that if it rains a bunch, he's been staying over there, but run in the little shed there. This is the garage. This is where we'll keep our truck, and we'll have plan is to have a rack back here on the back that's as high as it can go, so do some storage up there. I believe the door will swing to the left here, so it doesn't swing right and hit the truck. Tool bench and maybe some pegboard on the back. Have to see what I need to send from the United States or that I can buy here. There's still a little bit more hollow block work to do up there. It's kind of time consuming.
Hello.
Hey baby, what you doing up in here?
I have to look at the area right there, honey.
Need to make sure they don't do any finishing over here, because it's going to be,
The back
well,
splash.
except for where the refrigerator is going to go.
Okay.
We need to measure this out for the.
Yeah.
Oi.
here you go. This is the dilemma here. I don't like this door here. This door straight to the door to our bedroom. So I talked to Foreman. I told him, take this door out. Take that door out. The whole area here. And put a window right here. I would like the door to be right here. Right here. So he said okay.
Mayan Buntag, Your Highness.
Put a big window here.
Yeah, and it's going to get bigger. They're going to equal this over here. So that'll be a bigger window. And then the wall will come in right here for the door. We did the change order on that. And then right here in this corner, hopefully we can build a little cupboard
Yeah.
for a pantry. Yeah, they prioritized getting the roof on the house. So doing all the beams up top and stuff like that. Here's some of the materials for the rafters and for the fascia and stuff like that. So we had all that delivered. That was probably one of our biggest expenses. When we get back home tonight, I think we'll have a little sit down and maybe we can go over the budget, because we didn't do that at the end of last week. And again, we're trying to be real transparent to you guys here. Something for sure that I have to tell you is that, yep, you could live in a Piag here for probably $7,000, $8,000, and you could probably live on $500 or $600 a month here. But you know, is that just living or existing? And our plan hasn't been to simply exist. We want to have a place that's comfortable. Where I'm standing here, this will be open all the way. This will be one solid pour. So when people come, I don't like to say everybody lives outside, or I don't want them in the private space upstairs. But we'll be able to, because there'll be a bathroom here, a sink outside, a toilet and a shower in there. And I plan to put hot water in there, plan to put a hot water heater. And then there'll be a dirty kitchen over there. Eventually, maybe not in this phase, and I maybe you've heard me say it before, we're going to design a little lanai above here, and our laundry area will be out here. Set of steps that comes down to the back porch. It'll give a little bit more overhang or protection for when you're walking to the dirty kitchen back there. I just didn't want everything to seem all too close, too together. I don't want a whole bunch of walls here, so there's going to be a wall right here where you see those tubes coming down, pipes coming down. That's where all the electrical service is going to be buried right in there. It's going to come in, the breaker box is going to be upstairs, but this will be where all the electrical service comes in. We will have it buried back to either that post there, or we may buy a post. If you can see that post there, that's the post. It's temporary service. And we may actually buy a post and have a post put in there. That's where the meter base will be. We may move it back to the left. I'll walk over there and kind of give you my idea of it. And again, a lot of these ideas of mine are just stuff that you know, some of the workers here don't understand, because it's not their actual methods of building. But where that temporary post is there, I would like a permanent post to be probably back here closer to where this coconut tree is, and probably just pushed back a little bit, because it will be farther back here from the lot line is behind that water line, or they're close where that water line is. You see a tree planted there, so we'll probably just move this get us a permanent post to move it back here a little bit, and then bury the electrical service to the house. Again, that's not something they typically do here. They would typically have it tied into the house, and that just doesn't look as neat as I think it should. So we're gonna bury it, and it's gonna come up right there. We're gonna have a little wall built right where those pipes are that come down there, those tubes, and that's where the electricity will come in and go out. We're still gonna probably adjust things as it goes. You know, you don't know what things are like or how small spaces are until you actually put walls up, I guess. I don't have that type of vision. That's why we have engineers, I guess. But again, this will be it's a pretty good size space there to have like a outside gathering area, table and chairs in there, so that when people come over, you can actually get together outside here. Again, if you get out of the sun here, it's tolerable. Sometimes in the afternoon, the heat is just unbearable because where we are, it's tropical. There'll be a set of sliding doors there, and again, that will be eventually we'll have another balcony out here and a set of steps that come down, and right here behind the bathroom where the wet walls are, if you will, we'll have the area that we're gonna have as our laundry room. We have a washing machine already, and matter of fact, Joy has our dirty clothes going right now. Give you guys a little bit of a chat up on our trip to Mindanao. I don't try to make recommendations, but I want to let everybody know what our experience was, and I don't mind being honest about stuff and telling you when I wasn't pleased, and we stayed in a hotel that I wasn't too pleased with down there. But yeah, that's it for today. I think we'll kind of edit up and make sure that we update everything with the materials we had delivered last week and the labor that we paid for. So there's Joy with the calamansi. We plan to have a food forest here. I guess that's a new term that I heard a few months back with somebody that's living off grid, was their food forest. So do a little stuff to the facade of the house to make it look a little bit more presentable. Unlike the not finished look of a lot of houses around here, they will build their house and run out of money for finishing. And we have a guy that, one of our Masoons here, and that's his specialty is finishing. So we'll have him stay on for a while after the structure is built. Right there, what they're working on is tie beam above the lanai to the master bedroom. We'll have probably a triple slider right there, so that we'll be able to get a breeze through there pretty good and get a good view of the neighboring island here, Negros. So Joy's got to check on the chickens. But yep, that's it for today. I'll end this now, and if you haven't subscribed, please do. You know, this is us making these for our own consumption sometimes, but want to give back to the community. One thing for sure is we're giving these guys a job. The one worker here was working in Cebu, and wife and kids here, and so he was away. So this is probably a temporary situation for him, but it's a good opportunity for him to stay here and not go back and forth to Cebu a week at the time or 2 weeks at a time, and be away from his children who are in school and his wife who's working. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. God bless.